Hey, it's Patricia Murphy. It's Friday, Casual Friday, and this is Seattle Now. Halloween is this weekend, but really, the scariest stuff has been playing out all year. And this week, the state had a win against the murder hornet invasion, so things are looking up. KUOW's Zaki Hamid and South Seattle Emerald founder Marcus Green are here to help us sort through this week's ballots. News. But first, let's get you caught up. West Seattle drivers, we feel for you. The news that the First Avenue Bridge is damaged and in urgent need of repairs is not good. That's the route that's handling traffic for the out-of-commission West Seattle Bridge. 2 of the southbound lanes will be closed for work starting in January. And to top it off, the West Seattle water taxi is closed through the weekend, thanks to an issue with its dock. Almost 3 million Washington voters have already returned their mail-in ballots. But if you're not able to vote by mail or you missed a deadline, you can also submit your ballot in person. 6 voting centers across King County will open tomorrow. You can also show up to register or cast your ballot on Monday or Tuesday. And Seattle is keeping Halloween scare-free this year. The city is issuing trick-or-street permits so people can close off their block to traffic for costume parades or trick-or-treating. It's a spooky extension of the popular Play Streets program. Residents must mask up, stick to their family group, and, of course, socially distance. And don't forget the candy and costumes. This week, I've been waking up a bit later than I usually do, which is usually around 5 a.m. For the first few days, I think this is a little bit of a blessing because I sleep pretty badly and maybe my sleep is getting better. Then I realize, no, this is my internal clock reminding me that it's time to set the clocks back for daylight savings time. Same thing every time we change the clocks. Zaki Hamid is here. He is KUOW's Director of Community Engagement. Hi, Zaki.
Hey, Trish.
Do you set your clocks back before you go to bed, or do you do it the next day?
Oh, before, absolutely.
Okay,
no surprises.
All right. Sure. And Marcus Green is here. He's the founder of the South Seattle Emerald and a columnist for the Seattle Times. Hey, Marcus, how do you feel about the time shift?
I am looking forward to it, actually. It just leaves something to look forward to. There seems to be not a lot in 2020, so there you go.
The bar is pretty low right now, for sure. It is great to have you here.
Yeah, thank you. It's great to be here.
So the election is on everyone's mind right now, and we're just days away. And as of this week, this is amazing, 56% of Washington's registered voters have returned their ballots. And there is so much being decided. Here in Washington, Referendum 90 would change the way we're teaching sex ed. In King County, voters are deciding whether the sheriff should be appointed or elected. Zaki, have you voted? Did you drop off your ballot?
Oh, you bet. I got my ballot on the 15th, and the next day, the 16th, which was my birthday, we went to a drop box, put it in. You see, because I got my citizenship, I just want to say this little story. I got my citizenship in 2001. I immigrated here in 1994. And the first vote I ever cast was in 2003 in Seattle, and I never missed a single election since. Because really, voting is such a sacred duty to me, because I came from a country which is a constitutional monarchy, didn't really have the voting rights that I have now here. So I will never take the privilege of having a voice in choosing my own government for granted. Way too many people died to give me the right to vote, and I'm going to honor them every single time. I love voting.
Marcus, how about you? Have you voted yet?
Yes, I was waiting for the ballot like it was a check after being broke for like a month. I was rushing to fill it out and put it in the the ballot box up here where I live, and so yes, I have voted, and I have also seen a ton of other folks who used to be apathetic, or at least they were apathetic in 2016. In 2020, it was just like a 180 shift. They were like, as soon as I get the ballot, I'm dropping it in the ballot box. So
Yeah. We are so good with our mail-in ballot system here in Washington. We don't have those long lines like we do in other states. But I learned more than 11,400 ballots rejected so far this year, according to King County elections. And I don't know. That's a lot of ballots, Marcus.
That's quite a few ballots. I guess that means that a lot of people are just, they don't know how to, they have terrible handwriting, I guess, and it does not match up with what King County Elections has on file. So I will say one good thing about people voting so early is that they're getting notified early that their ballots seem to be problematic, so that they can fix them hopefully before November 3rd.
That's a really, really solid point, Marcus, and I wondered when I saw the rejected ballot story about whether or not people had not voted in so long that their handwriting had changed. Maybe it's been a couple of elections for people.
No, that happened to me once. A few years ago, I got a ballot rejected and they said, like, your signature doesn't, is not matching, and they gave me another chance to fix it, which was a very easy fix.
Right.
But yeah, that's definitely the why you vote early. You got time.
I've been warned about my signature. About 6 years ago, I got an email or a note from King County Elections that said my signature needed to be updated because it didn't match, and I never did it. But now whenever I sign, I'm like, which signature do you use? And I try to just be a little more deliberate with it. I don't know. All right. Any other thoughts on the election?
Let's hope for a boring night, shall we? Let's hope for a really boring night. That's what I'm going for.
We know about the best laid plans, though. I mean,
exactly.
Oh, this
Make
is
boring
2020.
great again. Let's do this.
Oh my gosh.
I will say that it is really heartening to see 76 million Americans have already voted early. And so I think, you have a lot of people who are feeling the need to come out and do it. And so, hey, it seems like we'll have potentially record turnout, and that's always a good thing, I think.
That is.
Yes, more people voting is always a good thing. Voter apathy, very, very bad. This week, the Washington Department of Agriculture eradicated the first Asian giant hornet nest found in the United States. About 100 hornets, and God, it looks so mean. Did you see those suits they were wearing? Did you see those suits?
Yep.
Zeki, they bought those off Amazon. And wait a minute.
Amazon?
They bought them off Amazon. Here's my joke. Stand by for the joke. They had to figure out who had the Prime membership to get free shipping overnight.
Oh, jeez.
That's the thing I did. That's the thing I didn't understand about this story. I was like, are we that broke? Are we that broke that they got to order off of Amazon? Are there no? I don't know. They don't just have these on hand. I mean, anyway.
They didn't know if they would work.
No, those hornets look awesome, though. Let me tell you. I mean, they do look mean. You're right, Trish. They look really mean, and they just look awesome. Like, I really, I love the name. The Kraken,
the murder hornet.
Kraken. Murder hornets would have been like that. Would strike fear into the hearts of the opponents. Let's like, they're just some mean-looking bees or hornets.
I have to say this is, this whole story and this whole process of the Washington State Department of Agriculture going out here, and I got to say that it has made me view them in a different light. They're almost on par with me with Army Rangers in terms of bravery at this point. So.
Yeah, they sting. They spit venom.
Oh
I mean, there was one shot of one of them having a little jam. After they got their transmitter attached, I guess they were trying to keep it, less than mobile, I guess, at that point. And you thought to yourself for just a minute, oh, but then you realize these hornets make their business by tearing off the heads of honeybees. Like, these are really destructive insects and massive. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got murder in the title of your name. I mean, it's just not warm and fuzzy, I got to say. So, yeah.
Keep him away from me.
Amen. This weekend is Halloween. It's probably going to be weird, of course, like everything in 2020 is weird. Seattle is closing some streets down, though, for trick-or-treaters to make it more safe, which is cool. You can also participate in the Keep It Moving parade. Wow, that sounds really fun. Just keep moving. Keep it moving. That actually sounds like a cop.
Nothing to see here.
Nothing to see here. Just keep moving. Zeki, are you taking your little one out?
Yeah, we are. She loves Halloween. She's 7 years old, and Halloween is one of her favorite days of the year. She has had her costume for about 3 months now, just waiting. She's going to be Hermione Granger from the Harry Potter series. So we have a really great neighborhood, and we talk to our neighbors. So we're going to be pretty much very small area going up and down the street. Neighbors are going to be basically leaving candy outside and stuff like that, which is what we're going to do. We're going to put them into little baggies and kind of leave them outside for folks. Nice. So we'll wear a mask and stuff like that, and try to make the best out of it.
Marcus, what about your neighborhood?
Yeah, so I'm actually going to be participating in T'Challaween, which is happening in Beacon Hill.
Nice.
It is obviously it's giving some love to the actor Chadwick Boseman, who passed away earlier this year. He played King T'Challa in the Black Panther. So we're mixing that theme with Halloween in Beacon Hill. It is also a keep moving parade. We're not calling it that, but yes, people will be required to keep moving. There will be a no contact, a candy giveaway, and a costume contest as well. So it should be good.
Sweet. Are you dressing up?
I am, but people have to come, or at least look on social media to see that.
All right. Oh my gosh. You don't want to get invited back next year. You go as the Jeffrey Toobin Zoom call.
Ouch. Yes. Not going to touch that one, literally.
Moving on. And finally,
Just go with a laptop
the New York
and no
Post
pants.
thinks we had a particularly miserable 2020. They wrote about the confluence being experienced here in Washington. COVID hotspot, murder hornets, wildfires, the chop. Do they have a point, Marcus, if we had the worst year yet?
As much as I think that's an exaggeration, as sometimes the New York Post does, I gotta say there is a moment where you gotta think, living in Washington State is sort of like we're living through a reboot of the Book of Job or something, where it's just constant piling up of stuff. Instead of locusts, we have murder hornets. Instead, we got wildfires instead of the thunder from God, and all that's missing now is volcanic eruption. So. Mount Rainier next week, probably. I would.
Okay, all right.
Easy, Marcus.
Hold your voice, Marcus. Come on now.
This is 2020. Zeki, what about you?
Yeah, we haven't had it any worse or any better than anybody else in the country. We're all going through the same thing. Chop, lasted for a little while, but media likes some media, not all of it, likes to kind of paint us as a hellhole. But that's, I guess, to be expected these days.
We are stronger than that. We are stronger than that here in Washington State. Just come for us. Just come at us.
Come at me, bro.
Stay where you are, I'd say. But yes, we're doing it.
Right, don't come at us. Don't come at us. Stay 6 feet away. Thank you so much to our guest. That is our show for today. Zaki Hamid, he's the Director of Community Engagement for KUOW, and Marcus Green, he's the founder of the South Seattle Emerald and a columnist at the Seattle Times. Thanks, you two.
Oh, thank you.
Such a pleasure. Thank you.
Have a great weekend.
You too.
Seattle Now is produced by Caroline Chamberlain Gomez, Clare McGrane, Sophie Reed, Matt Martin, and Jason Pagano. Matt Jorgensen does our music. I'm Patricia Murphy. See you Monday.
Now you can hear the KUOW news stories you want.
COVID-19 vaccine.
Chaotic protests against
whenever you want.
Black tech workers specific.
With the KUOW Newsroom podcast.
Pacific Northwest Ballet dancers.
Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos.
Elections are under the microscope.
Pick, skip, or save the stories you care about on demand.
Students online.
With the KUOW Newsroom podcast.
Seattle restaurants are required to
stay up to date with easy access to trusted in-depth reporting from our award-winning journalists.
Liz Jones, KUOW.
I'm Austin Jenkins.
Ruby DeLuna, KUOW News.
Joshua McNichols, KUOW.
Visit KUOW.org or search KUOW Newsroom on your podcasting app.